If you think you're afraid of failure, look closer. Most of the time, we're not afraid of failure. We're actually afraid of what success might cost us. Welcome back. I'm Shannon, and this is part 5 in my series about how your beliefs are actually creating the world around you. And today we are tackling risk and how your beliefs about risk might actually be sabotaging your hopes and dreams. If you haven't had a chance yet, I highly encourage you to go back and watch this, especially the first video in this series, so that you understand the neuroscience behind how your brain works and catch up on the rest of the series. I promise you won't regret it. Now let's talk about risk. Here's what most people don't realize. Your brain's number one job is not success. It's safety. So even if you say that you want the next level, the big opportunity, the next most exciting thing, if your nervous system deems that as dangerous or unsafe or risky, your nervous system is gonna pull the e-brake. How this shows up for most of us are things like procrastination, overthinking, imposter syndrome. But really, all of those things are just our subconscious's way of protecting us. And it makes sense. I mean, risk feels like uncertainty. And what we know very well is that the brain will keep you in a familiar hell over leaping into an unfamiliar heaven. Especially if you learned things like that taking up too much space or being seen and heard or outgrowing people resulted in pain. But don't worry, all is not lost. Here are your tools to shift. The next time that you start to feel that fear of risk, right? That fear of failure, or that you actually want this thing, but you're afraid to do it, I want you to stop and I want you to write down what that risk is. Like truly be honest. What is that risk? Then right below that, I want you to ask yourself, what is the risk of not doing it, of staying exactly where I am? Compare the two. Most of the time, the risk of not doing the thing will be way more dangerous than taking the unknown leap. Your brain's just very unfamiliar with that. Then I want you to say to yourself, discomfort doesn't mean danger. I am safe to take aligned risk. What this does is it starts to rewire the fear centers in your brain. Do it over and over every time those pesky fears come up. And this is going to build that muscle of courage. Make sure to hit the follow button if you haven't yet so that you don't miss the rest of the series. The next one we're taking on is parenting, which is a huge one. And if you've not had a chance to check out the others in this series, head to my page and check them out.